the weigh-in, Kassem tried to provoke Murray by getting in his...
Here we go. Top những võ sĩ quyền Anh, những kẻ kiêu ngạo nhất hành tinh, để rồi Lãnh Lấy Hậu Quả đắng cay. Phần 23. Trận đấu giữa Rashid Kassem và Joe Murray. Trận đấu giữa Rashid Kassem và Joe Murray tại Arena North đúng nghĩa là một vở kịch vừa kịch tính vừa hài hước ra nước mắt. Ngay từ khi bước lên võ đài, Kassem đã diễn sâu với ánh mắt sắc như dao cạo, cùng nụ cười nhếch mép kiểu ta đây thiên tài, ngươi chỉ là giai phụ. Nhìn mà cứ tưởng anh chuẩn bị casting phim phản diện, chứ không phải đang tiến vào trận đấu quyền Anh kịch tính và tàn bạo. Nhưng đáng tiếc cho Kassem, Joe Murray không phải khán giả để đứng xem miễn phí. Tay đấm đánh từ Manchester lạnh lùng như một kế toán cuối tháng. Càng bị cà khịa càng tỉnh, càng đánh càng thấm. Thay vì nổi nóng, Murray biến cơn giận dữ của mình thành pin năng lượng, sạc đầy cho từng cú đấm chính xác và nặng như hóa đơn tiền điện. Kết quả, Kassem từ The Rim nhanh chóng chuyển sang chế độ The Sleep.
The moment that it landed here, we've only had just over a minute, and already Kassem on the floor, and he's holding on a little bit desperately. Well, the gung-ho bravado has all evaporated now, and he's just holding on. I didn't have a clock on it exactly, but it's probably within 10 seconds of the fight beginning.
Oh, they're both taking big risks.
Oh, he's caught him again. Another right hand. And he's wrestled to the ground, saying it's not a knockdown, and the ref, I don't think, has given it, but he was certainly hammered again by another. He's now going looking for a first-round knockout, and Kassem is trying to hold on, trying to fight back, but he's in very, very dangerous territory, and another massive right hand, and somehow Kassem manages to stay upright, and Murray is looking to put him away and wrestles him down, and again given as no knockdown, but he's all over the place.
You can't blame Murray for throwing him. He's grabbing on for Murray for dear life. Murray needs to give a little bit of space now, get that long right hand. That's all where all the trouble is. There you go.
There's another one, and again it's Kassem who holds on with desperation, and the clock is ticking down. The referee, John Christensen, very much on Murray's case, and now it's Kassem who lands a big right hand. Well, what an extraordinary opening round we've had here, and once more, for I think is that the third time. John was very much a fighter who traded in aggression, didn't he? Get right clean altogether, didn't he? When the Hattons lost their had more than a year inactive. There's a couple of decent jabs from Kassem.
Telling me spitting the gum show though. Good right hand there from Kassem. Got a better round so far. Round 3. Misses with that jab, Murray, as long as it comes back fast. Well, Kassem, you know, he's a talent. He has lots of skill. Boxing at WSB, which is absolutely real quality competition. Good right hand there from Kassem. Opportunities to land.
And with the reach advantage to
himself there is Joe Murray.
Third round. Oh, until then.
Fantastic right hand from Murray. Done a lot of work, but Murray's been too quiet. It's better.
Well, this is going to be a Kassem round, even though the shouts from John Murray in the corner, he's gone, seemed to be a little bit what Joe Murray did there in that third round.
Yeah, he finished the round strong, but yeah, hand. Putting pressure on Kassem and then landing with that one. Tough fights. Kassem hasn't, so.
Appropriate action, wasn't it? He doesn't need to be taking right hands like that, and another one. And he wants to hold on, Murray. Those are solid shots from Kassem, and he just... Signs that Murray's being a little bit outgunned here and warm.
Well there, Joe Murray, but he don't need to be in three-quarter range. It's no good for him being in close.
It's good. He's not found it too hard. Missed by a fraction there with another power.
Good right hand there from Joe Murray. Stop him, John. So you got to be a little bit
out.
More power.
Stepping up a real level here. Murray doesn't get through tonight, it'd be a big setback, trying to rebuild quite obviously after that defeat against Liam Walsh. That's better.
But losing a fight against somebody for a British and Commonwealth title is one thing. Losing a fight against a guy who's 12-0, or however good he might be, 11-0, is something different. You know, I think it's a strange fight for Murray to take, except for getting paid, and obviously, you know, it's a good scalp, but it doesn't move him any rankings, you would have thought.
That might make him a little bit of an avoided man. There's a nice right hand from Murray.
Just caught with the right hand there, Murray. Not hurt, I don't think. Just lost a little bit of snap in his shots, hasn't he, Murray? A little bit of speed in his punches.
And from the very, very first moments of the fight, he was worryingly vulnerable to that big swinging right hand over the top. And that's kind of been his undoing. He's being told by John, his brother, his older brother, to stay close, try and smother the work of Kassem.
Again, that right hand from Kassem over the jab of Murray.
Good jab.
Yeah, lovely shot. That's cute little work there. Referee says break as soon as he steps back. You don't step back. Let the opponent step back and fire in the jab.
Last 30 seconds of the fifth.
He's finishing the rounds strong, is Murray?
He's had a better round here. Whether he's done enough to take it, but he's certainly boxed better than he did in the last couple. Long way to go in this fight, and it looks as though at one stage we weren't going to see the end of the first round. Never mind see it through here to the halfway point. Extraordinary opening round, isn't it?
Oh, it was crazy, wasn't it? Murray hurt him. He does look physically tired. You know, I think he's never been in a hard fight like this, I don't think, as a professional. But you know, I think he's
out, round 6.
No, for me, he's won. Good right hand again there from Kassem.
So we move into the second half of the fight. And here John Murray wanting him to turn it into his sort of fight. He's imploring him to throw some body shots.
As soon as he said throw that left hook to the body, he threw it there, John Murray.
Caught by a couple of...
He gives the impression that he's all over the place. I don't think he actually is. Can't get up the way of that right. Oh, good right hand there from Murray. Good.
Kassem certainly wants to hold on, doesn't he, when he gets hit? And maybe John's right, caught by another right hand. Imploring Murray to keep throwing punches and keep working when he gets in close. Head rocked back by an uppercut, but no damage done, I don't think. And is Murray getting the better of these exchanges?
Well, it might be down to who into.
2 lần đo sàn. Lần thứ 2 thì trọng tài không cần hỏi ý kiến nữa. Ông nhìn là biết giấc mơ đã chính thức tắt điện. Knock out cho Murray, gọn gàng, dứt khoát, không cần phần 2. Bài học rút ra nghe thì đơn giản nhưng đắt giá trên võ đài. Cười khinh đối thủ không giúp bạn thắng, chỉ giúp bạn nằm xuống nhanh hơn. Kassem có thể sở hữu thành tích đẹp, lời nói tự tin, nhưng tối hôm đó chính John Murray mới là người viết kịch bản, một cái kết mà khán giả vừa hả hê vừa bật cười vì quá thấm.
Like I said earlier, Murray's been in hard fights before and prevailed and lost, but this kid is a talent. But he's wild, he's had everything his own way as a pro, and he's never been in a hard grueling fight.
At the weigh-in, Kassem tried to provoke Murray by getting in his Rashid Kassem, known as Dream, faced off against...
But that was nothing to do with that. That was nothing to do with anything but just a beautiful shot. The kid's got his hands down, he's got so many gaps and opportunities, he does. But that was just a fantastic shot. It was nothing to do with anything about bad technique. That was just a great shot, really.
Timing, wasn't it?
Yeah, he hit him with shots like that before. It didn't have that sort of snap, but Murray put everything into that punch, really. And for the guy who's a good puncher, you might have got one of the knockouts of the year.
Well, there's certainly nothing wrong with that, and you could see the moment he went.
In his
Trận đấu thứ hai Tridingo xin chân thành giới thiệu với quý vị, đó là trận đấu giữa Macholit Zambidis và Gurkhan Ozan. Trận đại chiến giữa Macholit Zambidis và Gurkhan Ozan tại Vodafone Arena năm 2003 chính là một trận chiến đầy kịch tính và máu lửa. Hài kịch đen đúng nghĩa. Ngay từ buổi họp báo, Ozan đã khiến cả khán phòng đứng hình mất 5 giây khi tuyên bố sẽ mang theo cái gối lên sàn cho Zambidis ngủ trưa. Chưa dừng lại, anh còn tiện tay tạt nguyên ly nước vào mặt đối thủ, như thể đang thử vai trong một bộ phim drama rẻ tiền. Và anh tuyên bố sẽ dành cho đối thủ một trận ra trò. Hơn thế nữa, trong suốt trận chiến, anh giang tay không phòng thủ, thách thức cho đối thủ đấm mình. Và anh còn tặng cho đối thủ một nụ hôn. Không biết nụ hôn này có ý nghĩa là gì.
Been narrowed down. The preparation is
To separate, and this place is deafening. Inside
Both a little hesitant, Michael.
folks, no doubt about it, is a huge Zambidis on the draw. Zambidis will starve to death rolling. And Zambidis taunting. Gurkhan taunting Zambidis, saying, come on, son! They came to play in there by Zambidis. Outside fight. Overhead. Gurkhan Ozan started very tentatively, actually got dropped in the first round. Okay, let's have a look at the action as it went down in the first round.
they square off and tentative. That's as it went down in the first. Good cuts here.
This play come alive once again. What an awesome main event.
Yes, what an awesome main event. Guys, very careful in the first round, but I think the second one they're going to let it go.
This is about pride. This is about 35 seconds down. Past the four. Body shot from Zambidis. Wild right hand from Zambidis. Outside thigh kick from Ozan.
Nice leg kick there from Ozan.
Short left hook there from Zambidis. Overhand right. But Ozan hasn't.
Good cut over the left eye of Gurkhan Ozan.
Big plus for Zambidis and a big minus for Gurkhan earlier in the fight.
Zambidis is grinning at Ozan.
Is the pride of Greece.
Let's have a look at the action as it went down in that second round. It was a clipping toenail that cut Gurkhan Ozan.
There it is. Jeez, he got that leg up high, Zambidis. Nice work from him. But Ozan, take nothing away from what.
No respect to from the Vodafone Arena, another super Tarek Solak promotion. Inside thigh kick Zambidis. Overhand right Zambidis. Flew past the brow. Flash of... Tucks underneath the left hook was Ozan. Outside thigh kick Ozan.
Next, and then finish with a leg kick. Not start his attacks with that leg kick.
Ozan backed against the ropes. Couple of inside thigh kicks. Good scoring techniques there from Ozan. Overhead. Slapping. Inside thigh kick.
But I wish Gurkhan would step up a little bit. He's being a little bit reserved, Michael.
He needs to stop.
Zambidis' anticipation is just on tonight.
Gurkhan Ozan wants to turn this into a Donnybrook brawl. How about this?
And they're both worried about each other. That's why they're trying to look like they're not worried about each other or hurting from each other.
Hammer, who do you give that round to?
Well, a big psych job, as Tarek said, that it is indeed. But Zambidis, once again, the aggressor in that round, landing some good body shots. Gurkhan coming inside and outside, leg kicks.
That is a 12-rounder, folks. World title grudge match. A kisser from Zambidis. And Gurkhan offers him a free shot.
That's a psych job again. Gurkhan got hurt with that shot, but he's trying to be psychic with him. Same thing with Zambidis. Both these guys are very good at what they're doing.
Zambidis, will he be suckered in? Leg kick from Zambidis. Outside thigh kick Ozan, nicely connected, and another one. Good scoring techniques. Zambidis in... Stand the man in February.
I think you're right, Tarek. I think...
Ozan. Zambidis smacked bang on the temple, and Ozan stood up to it. He rallies back with an outside, very agile.
He looked downstairs to distract Ozan, then went upstairs. Outside.
Up nicely.
Usually a very fast fighter, but he's quick today. That's why he's.
Did you see that one?
Oh, speechless, Michael. I don't know. I think I'm going to go with Gurkhan on that one. I kind of like what he had, and I think the Zambidis is starting to look a little bit hurt.
Once again, Zambidis trying to roll in the overhand right.
Dylan's got it even. Here we go. Will Ozan unload? The ticking time bomb explode. High right round kick by Zambidis, didn't come off for it. Checks the...
He tried on Michael Zambidis.
Men well aware of each other's power. Outside fire kick Ozan.
Great anticipation to Ozcan's move.
Ozan looked there from Zambidis, didn't get through, neither did the right hand.
Well, Zambidis maybe wants to try the step-up uppercut rather than hooking always off his lead.
Corner of Zambidis, Nicky Whelan, who did he give the last round to?
As I wiped the sweat off me that had just been thrown on top of me.
Having a look at the replay,
I don't know, I'm
Zambidis
liking
just
what
trying to...
Round number 6 of 12. Long shot. Outside. High coming out in force now.
The rear leg has to be a bit... That's when he...
Double jump. Ozcan's got to start backing up so far. Nice hand to the ball. After he weaved under the left hook. One promoter in the world who can do it like this, folks, and he's done it again. Ozan comes over the top. Snappy right hand. Outside fire kick from Ozan. Checks the low kick. Body shot to Ryan Mike. A few seconds now.
This one. Once again, having a look at the push kick from Ozan, worked well for him to keep Zambidis at range. He wants to be using the longer range shots rather than using in close techniques. Gurkhan has the hot.
Round 7 of 12. Nice body shot there from Iron Mike. Outside fire kick Ozan, and here's stepping. Make its way through. Body shots.
Well, was checked by Zambidis. Ozan wants to just focus a little bit more.
Inside Zambidis now.
What happens now?
And the leg check again by Zambidis. He's got
Ozan kicking below the knee to the lead leg on that occasion. Straight right hand, Gurkhan. Uppercut. Outside thigh kick. Outside thigh kick, another outside thigh kick, Zambidis. From Ozan.
Gurkhan has to change his strategy a little bit more. He had Zambidis propped a couple of times and could have unloaded some big shots. Opted not to. Tried to trade out some kicks.
And there's
the bit of a kiss of death there. Something like a bit of affection in centre half of what it was.
Overhand right, Zambidis. Ozan trash talking him. And Ozan started up very strongly. Zambidis also. Other. I've never seen Zambidis talk to an opponent. Never.
It's certainly a very personal fight, Michael.
Extremely personal, Wills. Ozan jab does Ozan. Outside pump there from Zambidis. Ozan looking a lot more confident in this round. Down. Outside thigh kick Ozan. Straight right hand from Ozan. Then the output was a knockdown, but it's only a slip. Ozan almost a knee to the solar plexus in close there.
And again, catching the right hand.
Overhand right, Zambidis on Ozan, rolling up the punches.
Once again, have a look at what transpired. Bit of a slip there from Zambidis as Gurkhan was trying to unload the big right hand, and he did get a right hand on Zambidis, and Zambidis in turn answered with a big right of his own. Once again, Zambidis moving in forward. Gurkhan just slipping, attempting a kick.
Myself, Michael Chavello, and Nicky Whelan. Round 9 of 12. This crowd is deafening. Short right hook from Ozan. Body shot Zambidis. Ozan covers up nice and tightly. Good response to the leg kick from Ozan. Zambidis gets set on him. Shot to the breadbasket there from Zambidis. Outside thigh kick. Good
Punches to Zambidis, one scoring round kick. Ozan now a couple of hand shots from Gurkhan. Zambidis becoming a bit predictable. Zambidis, he needs to pace his movement inward.
Bobbing and weaving. 2004 Boxing Olympics. Overhand right from Zambidis and a left hook. Okay.
Oh, having a look at how it went down. Zambidis, as always, trying to rip into the body. Ozan throwing some big shots off his own back. He's starting to get a bit more comfortable at the range, but still Zambidis, as Tarek said earlier, is just a little quick for
a whole lot more. Thigh kick from Ozan, then the inside thigh kick. Zambidis over the top and once again. Body shot Zambidis. Ozan out kicking him. Zambidis out boxing him. Ozan forced to come up in the neutral corner.
There from Ozan wasn't comfortable in the exchanges. He's certainly taking it up to the machine. Ozan really giving it his all, but I think he's just been confounded by the size of Zambidis. He's not really able to let his punches go. Zambidis is just totally cutting off Gurkhan's range. We know that Gurkhan needs room to work, room to move his traded punches with the best heavyweights, and he needs room to be able to leverage and let the big shots go, Gurkhan.
Okay, round 11 of 12. Ozan coming out a lot more agilely in this round. Zambidis bobbing and weaving, looking at that overhand left. Thought about the sweeping leg kick to the lead thigh. Balked right hand, Zambidis. Ozan jukes it out. Solid right hand. Ozan allowing himself to be backed against the ropes from corner to corner.
He wants to watch ducking that low, Gurkhan. He should be using his reach a bit more. Zambidis now once again closing the gap and working in close. Body, head, body from Zambidis.
Good back from Zambidis, caught him on the jaw. Body shot from Zambidis. Ozan powers back with the right hand of his own. Shot to the right rib cage from Zambidis. Inside thigh kicks from Ozan. Glances at his corner. Slapping outside thigh kick on that left quadricep area from Zambidis and another one. Outside thigh kick from Ozan. Body shot Zambidis. Overhand right. Didn't manage to find the mark. Needed to do the left hook. Thigh kick from Ozan. Oohs and ahs from this crowd behind every shot thrown.
Well, Gurkhan really should be using his push kick a bit more, using his push and then round kick, and just using those linear techniques, keeping Zambidis at bay. And not only that, if he catches him with a push kick, he's going to score.
Nhưng đời không phải phim, mà Majorist Zambidis cũng không phải diễn viên quần chúng. Khi tiếng chuông vang lên, Aramai phiên bản Hy Lạp biến võ đài thành nơi giảng đạo bằng nắm đấm. Mỗi cú ra đòn của anh giống như một lời nhắc nhở. Nói ít thôi, đấm nhiều vào. Còn Ozan, anh nhanh chóng nhận ra cái gối mình định mang theo hóa ra lại dành cho chính mình. Kết cục đến nhanh và tàn nhẫn. Ozan bị đánh knock out thê thảm, nằm dài như thể đang thực hiện đúng lời hứa, ngủ trên sàn. Và cũng chính Zambidis trả lại cho Ozan một nụ hôn tử thần mà anh nhận từ Ozan. Nụ hôn này giống như tiễn biệt đối thủ đi vào cõi chết. Đội ngũ y tế phải lao vào nhanh hơn cả fan xin chữ ký, đảm bảo Ozan vẫn còn ổn sau giấc ngủ không mong muốn. Đêm đó, khán giả Melbourne không chỉ chứng kiến một trận đấu kinh điển mà còn được một bài học cực kỳ thực tế. Trước khi định diễn sâu, hãy chắc chắn bạn không phải người kết thúc trong vai nạn nhân.
In the ring, Ozkan's taunting continued.
Video đến đây là hết. Tridingo xin chân thành sự đồng hành của quý vị trong thời gian vừa qua. Sự nhiệt tình ủng hộ của quý vị chính là động lực vô bờ bến để kích thích Tridingo thực hiện những video giàu kịch tính, giàu giải trí để tiếp tục phục vụ khán giả. Và cũng xin khán giả nhiệt tình đón xem những phần tiếp theo nhé. Chúc một buổi sáng tốt lành. Ok, bye bye.